Obsidian allows you to systemize and provide context for your AI tools, AI agents, and your AI businesses or normal businesses because it congregates everything together. Now, the problem with using, for instance, Claude is the context is not enough, and it's way easier to just have everything together all at once inside Obsidian. It kind of acts as like a file repo per se, right? And it does a lot more. Think of it like I'm still learning it, but the best way I can describe it is, and you guys might be better at this than me, but it seems to be like, again, a file structure that you can kind of mind map to, like a Wikipedia per se. Like you can link different files and folders to each other. You can bring in and um, connect everything per se. So this is how I'm just using it in my businesses, but I'm going with how I've kind of been working, and that is just putting basically everything I have inside of a business assets folder, and that will be business context. So right now, I'm getting around to the other ones, but right now, for instance, my school community, I have everything in here so far that I want about my school community for AI, enthusiasts, entrepreneurs, and people who want to learn AI to make money. So I have my own markdown folder in here just so if I want to, I can go into Claude and you can hook it up to where Obsidian interacts with Claude, and you can either reference Obsidian's files and notes inside of Claude, especially if you want to use Cowork for more agentic experiences, or you can download plugins from Obsidian to where you can use Claude or other LLMs inside Obsidian. I am setting this up to where I just want to have Cowork do it for me, considering Cowork just dropped on your phone, and now you can kind of just work on your phone. Um, that's what I'm planning on doing. But going over the folders that I think most of you guys probably want if you're interested in doing this is having business context as one of your folders, and this will be just literally anything about the businesses that you have, right? So, for instance, and I'm not saying this to, um, be a shill or anything, but I'm just saying this to for an example. So I have a school community working on a SaaS. I have an agency, so that's three. So I can make three different files and notes in here, and within them, I will be honest, I have not figured out how to yet, but you can link different notes to each other. It's it's pretty interesting. And then data sources is going to be, to me, the second one. Data sources is just going to be all the exported text that you have. If you have sales guys, if you run an agency, perhaps, all of your transcripts go into here. All of your top performing transcripts, all of your top performing closes, top performing intros, top performing sets, everything. Put them into here. If you have YouTube, you can literally just transcript like high performing YouTube videos that you've done or other people that you like. You can literally just throw it into here. Like literally go into the like see more right below a YouTube video, and you can get the transcription. Like it's a little button. And you can do that with literally anything. Anything that can be exported as text is data. Any kind of output, no matter what, is data. And the reason why I want this is because I use prompts as more let me clarify. I want the data sources, I want the outputs, I want everything in my businesses as data. Because if I have that, I can feed it into whatever LLM, whatever AI, and I can make the output way better if I need help with something. Like if I put in 20 of my best closes in, and it, the AI, the LLM, whatever I use, helps to generate based upon that using extremely detailed SOP prompts. I'm still working on those, but to get everything out of that, like, and make like an exact output that's, for instance, going to have your dialect, your tone, your voice, the way you say words. Like you can make it as detailed as you want in the prompts. The prompts use the data sources. I know I'm not doing a great job at explaining, but this works. And I'm telling you, if you have outputs, if you have info, if you have anything, basically put it into data, outport that bitch, and then just throw it in. Okay? And then what you're going to want to do with the SOP prompts, standard operating procedures, is you want to use those prompts to target the data sources, use the data sources as like the fuel. You want to train the LLM with those and then give the prompt to the LLM. Its base prompts are basically standard operating procedures. It's a really nice, metaphor basically. That's just what I use. And then the LLM will give you a way better response. If you've noticed, if you literally just go and ask like, this email sucks, the open rate was terrible, or this ad copy didn't perform, make me new ad copy, it's going to give you the most bland shit on the planet. It's just how it is because it's trained on everybody. It's trained on literally like all of human and the world's like text and data. It's the internet. That's why it sounds bad because it's not trained on anything specific that you're asking it for. So this is kind of what I'm using Obsidian for, is to basically help give the AI as much context as humanly possible. And like how I'm building out my business is I'm going to have all of this. I'm going to have all of this just filled with context as much as possible. And then you go into Claude, you know, and you can just hook it up as a plugin. You'll need an API key and you will need to actually pay for Obsidian. And then you just go and then you ask it questions and you will get so much better answers. For instance, Cowork is great at agentic work. That's like why it exists, right? You need to give it actual like context for agents, right? If you want to work in a folder, you basically just create, like how you create agents in Cowork is you create little like head of marketing, head of sales, head of operations. You can create a head of agents, and you just, the only way to make these really work, you can create them from here. The only way to make them work is you need context, and that's literally just what Obsidian does. So I know this hasn't been a whole lot that I'm showing you, but I just want to give you a broad level overview of how to use Obsidian and how to think of Obsidian. It's more like Wikipedia for your brain. You can connect a lot of different stuff. So obsidian.md is the website. I would highly recommend you just go get it, play around with it as I'm doing. I am clearly not the best at it, but there's so much more potential here. And if you are making agents, selling agents, trying to make your businesses faster, like this is how you do it. Context is king. The bigger the input, the smaller and more detailed the output is going to be, like an LLM response. So that's pretty much all I got. Go use Obsidian basically.